Wondering what pet ramp to buy for your car? We've got you covered. We've got 5 ramps here. First up is the PetSafe Happy Ride telescopic dog ramp. It's the only telescopic ramp that we're trying out. Secondly, we've got the Trixie folding dog ramp. This actually belongs to an existing customer of ours, which we've borrowed for the day. Thirdly, we've got the Pet Gear trifolding one. That's our only trifold. Then we've got a PawHut quadfold, so that folds into 4 sections. And lastly, another single folding one, which is the Natural Step pet ramp by Jen 7. Hi, I'm Jen from TW White & Sons, and today we're trying out a variety of dog ramps against 2 CX-5s. CX-5s are really popular models in the Mazda range as good all-round family cars, and as a nation of dog lovers, we know that huge numbers of families have pets in them. So we thought we'd try out some of the dog ramps that are available on the market at the moment to put them to the test and see which ones stand the test of our dogs and what their thoughts are. So first up, we've got the Trixie ramp, which is a 2-part folding ramp. It's quite easy to maneuver. It has sides to it to help keep the dog central whilst coming on and off the ramp, so it doesn't slip off, and it's got a nice anti-slip coating to help with stability for the dogs going up and down the ramp. So come on out, Maya, good girl, down again, good girl, give it a go, back up, good girl, come on, out of the way, Annie, good girl. So this ramp has just the 1 fold, so nice and easy to get out. Got a clip to lock it in place so it doesn't come apart whilst you're manoeuvring the ramp. The only downside we've found with this one is that it doesn't actually fit in the boot other than going along the back. Mind your bums. But due to the design of the seats, would fall down if in the boot of the car with the dogs. Right, second up, we have the Pet Gear trifold ramp. The first thing I've noticed about this is it's incredibly heavy. It is designed for larger dogs, hence why it's perhaps a bit heavier and stable. It can do up to 200 pounds, but it is incredibly heavy. One of the features of this ramp is it does have a security latch, so you clip it on to the bottom boot latch, and that means that should the ramp slip, the most it's going to do is slip to there rather than come off totally whilst your pet is on the ramp. Right, up we go. Good girl. And down we come. Good girl.
But because it's slightly longer, you've got a less gradient for the dog to climb up, so it actually makes it
easier. See how it fits in the boot of the car. Let's check whether that would fit. Don't think so. Ah, perfect. So it fits in sideways on.
Yeah, so I guess that's a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah. Next up, we have the Gen 7 Pets Natural Step Ramp. So again, another folding ramp. It's got a little clip here to keep it in place when not in use, which is nice and easy to use. Again, another safety clip here to clip it onto the boot latch so that the ramp doesn't fall whilst in use. Right, come on, Maya, up the ramp. Good girl. It's covered in this artificial grass, which hopefully will mean it's anti-slip. Let's try coming back down. Good girl. Good girl. It's nice and light and feels quite easy to manoeuvre. From a placement in the rear of the car, it wouldn't fit in sideways. However, being slim, it fits at the back of the car and doesn't take up much space. So if you had a couple of clips there to keep it in place, to stop it falling down on the dog in the back, it leaves the vast majority of the boot free for the space for the dog. Quite like that one. Next up is the PetSafe Happy Ride telescopic dog ramp. So this is the only telescopic ramp we've got to try today. And it's got this handy little clip here to remove the safety latch. And then the ramp slides out. It doesn't have a safety clip to attach it to the boot, but actually has quite a nice lip there that fits very nicely against the back of the car. Right, let's give this one a go, shall we, Maya? Okay, here. There, good girl. Good girl. And down again. Come on, up again. Good girl. So like some of the others, it has small safety rails up at the top due to the design of it sliding out, not so much down at the bottom. And it's covered in a nice non-slip material, so when they're wet at the end of a walk, that shouldn't be a problem either. Weight-wise, this is probably one of the lightest ones, I think, we've got. Certainly feels so as we're manoeuvring it around. And space, again, it won't fit in the width of the car that way, but it's very slimline, so with a bungee clip or whatever around the top bit here, it will keep it neatly against the rear seats to give plenty of space in the boot for the dogs. If on a lower down car, you could pull it out only half the way. Like if you had a lower down car, you don't actually need to go out the full length, which is probably quite handy if you had a lower down car. I think in time, I suspect that this could get clogged up with mud. So I think this one, and again, this popper, I imagine, would get very dirty very quickly, bearing in mind that's going to be put on the floor. So if you're in, a muddy car park somewhere having loaded in the dog, I imagine that clip soon would get clogged up with mud and then potentially wouldn't be able to be used. Next up, we have the PawHut quad folding pet ramp. So this is secured with a clip here, stiff clip. So, like the others, it has a safety clip here to attach to the boot latch. Interestingly, it's got its handle in the middle there, so I don't know how the dogs will find that. Maya, good girl. Right, up we go. Good girl. It feels like, although this is a non-slip, sort of slightly padded material, where her wet paws are, it feels a little bit slippy there. So I don't know if in rainy conditions this would actually be a bit of a slippy ramp to go down. Come on. Good girl. Good girl.
You could actually see her paws slipping.
Yeah, I'm not sure the non-slip material there is actually that good. Oh, there actually, yeah, you can. Sorry, that's how I've unfolded it. You can presumably pull that through for when you attach the ramp, but then in order to use the carry handle afterwards, you're going to have to, pop it through. So it can be moved to the outside. And then these flip up like that, so. In terms of space, obviously being a quad fold design, it's slightly more compact than the others, so could easily fit in a rear footwell, or again, when secured, could go easily on the side of the car. So in terms of space when not in use, I think this could be a very strong contender. However, sadly, the non-slip design for me rules it out as a decent dog ramp. So across the range, we've tested these 5 ramps, and they range from £59 to £135. So we've got quite a variety. The most expensive was the PetSafe telescopic ramp that came in at £135. We really like that one because it's nice and light and easy to manoeuvre. However, my concern with it is that the sliding mechanism could get clogged up with mud over a period of time, and the safety clip, which is underneath it here, being on the bottom of the ramp, again, will get easily clogged up with mud. So I don't know how useful that safety clip would be in time. However, it's nice and easy and light to manoeuvre. It's very slim, so it won't take up much space in the rear of the car. Maya seemed to enjoy going up and down it, and it's got a very good anti-slip matting on it, which I don't think will wear out anytime soon, so will be useful for a number of years, hopefully. Next in price was the Gen 7 Pet natural step ramp. Now I really like this. I think this probably is my favourite ramp that we tried. It's £110, but it was nice and easy and light to manoeuvre. It's slim, so similar to the telescopic one, doesn't take up much space in the boot. It's got a self-closing clip here, which is high enough that it shouldn't get clogged up with mud when you're using it day to day, but should keep it, the ramp nice and together when it's not in use. And the fake grass covering on it made it nice and easy for Maya to get up and down the ramp, and I think would be, wouldn't wear out over a period of time. It's slimline, so again, similar to the telescopic one, won't take up much space in the rear of the car, and it's light and easy to carry around. So that I think probably is my favourite in the lot that we tried, but it does come in at £110. Coming down in price again is the Pet Gear trifold ramp, which came in at £93 at the point that we ordered it. This was nice and easy for the dogs to go up and down. It's wider than all the others. It's got a nice wide platform for them to go up and down it. However, it's incredibly heavy. I think it's great. It would be great if you've got a really big dog and therefore you need the sturdiness of a big ramp. But for me personally, using this ramp on a day-to-day basis, getting out at the beginning of the walk to offload them and then to load them back up at the end, it's a little bit too heavy for me day to day. But it is a fantastic ramp. It's got the nice safety clip at the top. And like I say, the dogs really like this one. It's got a good, strong anti-slip coating on it, and certainly feels very sturdy, but it's just incredibly heavy to use. Next up in price is the Trixie, which is £80. This one, like I said, has been lent to us by an existing customer, and as you can see, has been used over a number of years. It's got a good non-slip, anti-slip coating on it. And the dogs, again, liked it. It's got the sides of it, which help keep the dog nice and straight whilst going up and down, rather than sort of slipping off the edge. But being only a single fold, and because of these lips, it's actually quite a wide ramp to put in the back of the car. And unlike the others, it doesn't have a handle. So if you were to place it against the rear seat, you've got nothing then to clip it up against the headrest to stop it from falling back down against the dogs whilst you're driving along. So the way it is at the moment, you don't have much options for securing it in the boot with the dogs. So I know our customer tends to put it in the rear seat footwell, but obviously if you've got kids in the back or other adults in the back, then you don't have much space for that. So from that point of view, it's not as practical as the others, but it's well priced at £80, and clearly stands the test of time. The last ramp that we tested was the PawHut quadfold ramp that came in at £59. So this was the cheapest ramp that we tested out of the lot of them. Unfortunately, this was my least favourite, purely based on the fact that the material that's covering it isn't that anti-slip in my opinion. When Maya had gone up and down it a couple of times with slightly damp paws from being on the grass, she was then slipping on it. And I think if you were out and about when it was raining heavily, or if they had really muddy paws at the end of a walk, I can imagine your dog slipping up and down this ramp. It is quite practical from a folding point of view, although in order to use it you need to tuck the handle out of the way so that the dogs don't catch their paws on it, which makes it a bit fiddly for at the end of the walk for pulling the handle back through. So it folds 4 ways. 1, 2, 3. And then is fastened with a buckle clip here, which is quite cold today. My fingers are getting a bit chilly. And that clip is quite fiddly to do. But being a quad fold, it packs down to a smaller, more compact size than some of the others. So it would easily fit in a rear footwell, or again with the handle you could attach it using some bungee clips or whatever against the rear seats of the car. But unfortunately, because of the material and the covering of it, I wouldn't feel that comfortable using it in heavy rain or in muddy conditions. But it is cheap, it's versatile, so potentially for some it's a good option. So here we have our winner, the Gen 7 natural pet ramp. Like I said, nice, compact, easy to use. Maya, wherever there she is, she liked it. So I'll be putting this in the back of my car and taking it home with me today.